Amazing timing. So, so let's go back to 1985. A grateful 7 or 8-year-old is given his first computer, a second-hand Commodore 64. And if you haven't seen one, I'm going to show you. This is what they look like. They have as much memory as a single Bluetooth headphone, just one, not even two, 64 kilobytes of RAM. So my first program is an absolute winner, and I unleash it on all of the computers lined up in the department store. This is what it looks like when you actually use a Commodore 64. And I would go and type this into the store and then hit enter, and then it wouldn't work because I'm demonstrating it. Oh dear. Well, then what would happen is it would just loop, and say Paul was here. And then I'd step away, and then the sales assistant would come and try and stop it. And then I'd step in and say, oh, look, this is how you stop it. So I finished school young. I started working, eventually began my own web agency. First, one person, just myself, then 2, then 4, then 15 altogether. But all for the same reasons as that young child that used to do the programming. I love knowing how to do stuff. I love teaching others how to do things. And I love showing people how easy it is, either to do it themselves or to have it for themselves. So in the website world, what that means is that we love doing high quality work for a surprisingly good price. And if you don't believe me, you will, because our clients all have better websites than us. And because we still lose jobs for this reason, if you can believe it, some people say we're too cheap and that there must be something wrong, and they go elsewhere. Now that one I can explain. There's an ancient proverb that we live by that says you shouldn't have 2 sets of stone weights. What it means is if you see someone rich come along, you shouldn't charge them more just because you think they're rich. So as an example, last week, Antonio referred a real estate agent to us for a website. And it was a phone call, but I could hear his eyes pop out of his head when I said, our prices are the same for everyone, and for 500 euros, you could have a website that works and is professional looking. And he was suitably pleased. But what's our specialty? So please, if you have a look at the screen again, let me show you a couple of websites so that you get an idea. Because we do custom design, desarrollo a medida, that's the point. So here's a few examples. This sounds like home. They sell furniture and home decor, large and small. So this is a website that we built for them. And like all of our websites, it's responsive so that no matter what size the device is, it's going to look good on all size devices. The trick with this one is that it integrates with their warehouse software so that orders are processed automatically, the inventory is picked, and then the accounts are processed automatically as part of it as well. This is a Female for Life. This is a women's sports clothing brand in Australia. They were recently bought out. They got successful. Their competitors who are already established bought them out. We built for them a style, styling tool, so that you could see the tops with the bottoms before you buy them. You could mix and match. But probably more interestingly, we built for them this body shape calculator, because people love to know what sort of body shape they are. So I think I'm an hourglass for the sake of this demonstration, and a good healthy 22. And so it'll tell you, okay, you are Bella hourglass, but then encourages you to calculate your body type. And here's the point, you can't get the next bit of information until you subscribe, but it explains that you'll be getting some exercises for your body type. And so this helps boost subscriptions to the website newsletter. And this is also something that is great for SEO, for web rankings, because people link to these tools, you get lots of promotion, and it doesn't take too much to build one custom. So this is Calidad, and I choose them not just because they're a Spanish multinational, and you might find that interesting because it's a little piece of home here in Spain, but because this website also integrates with their warehouse software. And here's the interesting point. Their warehouse software was coded in the 1980s by an old programmer that still maintains the code and lives as a hermit near Andorra. So it wasn't easy to integrate with, let us tell you that. But it's done. And it automatically processes orders and connects it to the warehouse. Well, look, not everyone's a multinational company. So here's a tree lopper in Australia. He's got a team of 5 or 6. He was always putting photos on Instagram of his exploits. He couldn't be bothered uploading them to his website. So we made a tool that would grab his photos from Instagram, put them on his website, include the words that are in his Instagram posts, and automatically he's getting not only engagement with his visitors, but he's getting better SEO, he's getting better web rankings because of the fresh content and the keywords that are in it. So let's go smaller again. He's a one-man show, a gutter cleaner in Brisbane, in Australia. And, you know, I think it's a great looking site. It ranks well, and he's getting lots of work. Don't laugh at gutter cleaning. I know you didn't, but it's a big business in Sydney, for example. So I've done a search for gutter cleaning Sydney here. And here's our client, number 2 in the local results and number 1 in the normal results. We specially made this website to look small so that you get the feeling that you're hiring this guy. And that helps people know that the price is not going to be inflated. But they're doing so well, they've got 40 of these guys, 40 gutter cleaners, permanent full-time staff, because the advertising works. Just one other example. This is Wollongong, a small city just south of Sydney, 45 minutes south. It's a little bit smaller than Malaga, but a great city for business. The city approached us and asked for a consult on their SEO as a city, because they want to do some reputation management so that when people do searches like is Wollongong, well, they just search for Wollongong, then the next one is Wollongong a safe city? So we've been consulting with them to help them make sure that there's no unqualified information that's going to scare people off from moving to Wollongong and considering their city. So businesses need a website, a web presence that works. They need it monitored so that they're not the last ones who find out if something's wrong. And that's what we do. We have a 24/7 support team. We monitor our servers every minute, 24/7. And we even monitor our websites. So if something does go wrong, a message is sent to our support team. We even contact our client's customer if that's what they would like. This is what businesses need, and they need to be found on Google and any other search engine. Now, it's my pleasure today to introduce to you some of the wonderful team that make all of this possible. We originally planned to play our theme song and have them kind of drop from the ceiling like Ninja Turtles, but in the end we just decided to introduce them one by one. So let me introduce to you Mark Kirkland. Mark, will you tell us what you do?
Not much, really. I'm the project manager. I think I'm the newest member no, not the newest member anymore. One of the newer members from the team. They're based in Almeria.
Great. And what do you love about it?
What I love about it, it's something I like. It's one of the fields I enjoy, but I never got into before. I get to work from home. I'm learning a lot, even though I'm probably causing a whole lot of headaches.
Well done. Thank you. Okay, and so Mary Rivero?
Well, I work in accounts in both English and Spanish. I handle any account queries. I assist clients I'm happy that clients can be assisted 24/7. So what Paul was saying, it might have sounded, you know, does that really happen 24/7? Yes, it does, because the team is in different parts of the world. So it's handled all the time. There is someone that can respond all the time, and I love that. I get up in the morning and check messages, and you know what's happened. I might get something, well, this invoice needs to be sent out, this has been changed. So I like doing that. I love working with Maxima Web because, yeah, something that was mentioned, clients are very often pleasantly surprised at how affordable it is, and they're quite happy. And I don't know if you've noticed the surname, but I'm Paul's mum.
You weren't supposed to say that.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're on 10 minutes now, so if you can sort of introduce your other guys quickly.
Will do. Thanks, Jonathan. Okay, so wrapping up, Judah, please take it away.
Hi, I'm Judah. I'm not Australian, unfortunately, but I am the server administrator for Maxima Web, and I love it because I get to work with the latest technologies. I get to automate all of our systems, and we keep pushing for a quality hosting service, not just quality websites.
Thank you very much. And Callum Thomas, please.
Hey guys, Callum is my name. So I work as a project manager with Maxima Web. On other days, I'm also a support specialist, meaning that 24/7 inbox, sharing the workload there. And then on days when I'm not doing that, I like to surf or play with my dog or sit by the fire. But I do enjoy working with Maxima Web because I find there's just an open-minded team from a lot of different creative backgrounds and with a lot of people highly skilled in their field. So it's a really good collaborative team to be part of.
Thank you, Callum. Ashton Murphy.
Hi, my name's Ashton, and I work two similar lines, project manager most of the time, also a bit of web development work, and I particularly like it with Maxima Web. We get such a variety of clients and people that want different things, that have different visions, and we get to see it turn from something so little into a reality. It's a really nice team to be a part of in doing that.
Lovely. Thanks, boys and girls. So I won't take any more of your time, but you know what will happen if you come to Maxima Web. Your connectors, your referees, they will be happy. They will say, he taught me something. They'll say, he gave me free advice. They'll say, he talks a little bit too much, but it was worth it in the end. And they'll say, my web works, and that's what we want. Lastly, I did bring something for you all today. So if you look under your seats, you'll find a gift. It's not actually under your seat. It's on the BTB Malaga WhatsApp chat. It's my SWOT profile and 12 questions, but it's a gift because I've decided to put my 12 questions on the bottom page of my SWOT profile. And that actually is automatically connected to my SWOT profile. So every time I update my questions from the main sheet, they're updated in my SWOT profile, and then I just put out a PDF when I want. So if you want some help doing that, let me know and I'll help you with it. Thank you. Maxima Web, maximum web, minimum stress.
Fantastic presentation. Thank you very much, Paul, for that. Awesome. So any questions that we may have for Paul?
Paul, if you've got an existing website, I mean, can you, we've had an exchange meeting, but can you sort of help sort of redesign somebody's existing website, or is it better to start from new?
We always take that decision custom. We don't want to fix something if it's not broken. And even if it's a little bit broken, it might be more cost effective to just fix what needs fixing. I didn't have time to show you, but one of our also top ranking websites, Sydney Window Cleaning, with massive competition in Sydney. It's not even one of our sites, it's a WordPress site. But he wanted to keep it, and as much as we wouldn't recommend that, he's #1 both on maps and normal rankings. So it just depends. We'll do a proper investigation, and then we'll do what we can with what you've got.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And Andy, you got a question as well?
Yes. How much of your monitoring process is automated? and how much of it is manual?
So the monitoring is all automated. The response is all manual, but there is an automated response in between. So the alerts are all automated. There's some automatic responses, but obviously that has limitations. So the responses always end up with a manual response.
Thanks. And any other questions, Stefan?
Yeah. So the tools you are using to build from scratch are, how should I say, in the long run, in, I don't know, years to come, do you hand that over to your customer to take care of it themselves if they don't want the management in the future?
Good question, Stefan. Thank you. We don't even insist on any management. In a way, we would prefer if they wanted to take it on themselves right from day one. In fact, our CMS comes without content because most people, not most, some people would like to save, put the content in themselves. So there's one hand where we'll give them a free remote session on how the CMS works, and we'll guide them through it, and then they run from there. But others just want a turnkey service. They don't even want to have to think sometimes. At most, we'll interview them on the phone, we'll write down their answers, then we'll generate the content, we'll put it in, and we'll take it from there.
I mean, the tool that you use to build it, like I signed up for Weebly, but you are using a different tool, I guess.
So we're using our own tool. It's something that we've built from scratch. So mostly our clients will buy that up front, but as I say, from 500 euros, it's not an incredible expensive investment. And then they own that and they don't have to pay monthly. If that presents an obstacle, for Spain especially, we've started to offer monthly rates, which it's impossible to compete with Wix, Weebly, or Squarespace, especially because what we offer is better, in our humble opinion. But at least they can pay a small monthly fee and then know that they don't have to front the upfront cost.
Okay, great.
Very nice. So with this, unless there are any other questions, Gianfranco.
Paul, did you set up Google Shopping, Google Ads, and all this sort of campaign for clients?
Yes, we have a dedicated Google Ads manager who works with us all the time and who will deal directly with you. If they're not available, then our support staff can quickly access your account as well. But our dedicated ads manager will set up the ads account. And it's good because it works hand in hand with the developers. They will create the merchant feed for Google Merchant Feed, Google Shopping, and there's going to be that whole synergy there because the same team is doing everything, if that's what you want.
And what's your favorite channel of campaign, for example, to make campaign? For example, Google Ads or Facebook Business Manager? I know that it's,
What's your favorite stock to invest in? I mean, it depends on the time, it depends on the product. In our experience, the best return on investment has come from Google search, not Google display, and actually not Google shopping, and not Facebook. But that's just our experience because of the particular clients and the particular products that we had.